The following video has AI-altered content. Names, voice, and content are not real and have been altered for parody entertainment purposes. Warning: this video may cause choking, gut pain from laughing, and uncontrollable flailing of body parts. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a summary recap of the previous episode. LIEnette's shed in Central Florida has officially transformed from a swampy sweat lodge into the birthplace of madness. The walls drip with humidity, turtle carcasses perfume the air like Satan's own potpourri, and somewhere in the middle of it all sits her one true love. A 5-gallon Home Depot poop bucket she affectionately calls Sir Stinks-a-Lot. What began as a humble toilet of necessity has evolved into a sentient deity of decay named Lord Septicron, God of filth, emperor of excrement, and self-proclaimed ruler of all things rancid. He doesn't just hold waste, he commands it. His whispers bubble up from the sludge, calling Nette his chosen bride, his priestess, his queen of rot. Naturally, her ex-husband John Crook thought she'd lost her mind. That is, until the bucket started moving. Turtle shells clacked together like bone chimes, carcasses twitched, and the air thickened with the aroma of holy decomposition. When John tried to escape, the turtles surrounded him, and the bucket demanded a sacrifice. Spoiler, it wasn't the turtles. To prove her devotion, LIEnette began making offerings: mosquitoes, roadkill, and eventually her famous boil pus soup, a recipe that includes aged bucket water, turtle shell crunch, sock sweat, and a spoonful of her own pus, for creaminess. She stirs it with the same stick she uses to poke her god and calls it communion. The flies disagree, but her devotion pays off. The Chiefland flea market customers, once mocking her knockoff jewelry, now buy it in droves, eyes glassy, skin faintly green, perhaps under the hypnotic influence of Lord Septicron himself. Each day, Nette sinks deeper into the cult of the bucket. She decorates him with rhinestones and stickers, serenades him under the hiss of mosquitoes, and hears him whisper bedtime prophecies about a coming great offering. When the bucket's lid snaps open like a hungry jaw and John trembles in the corner, Nette knows exactly what must come next. Because true love, in her words, isn't built on roses or gold. It's forged in methane, misery, and mutual digestion.
Dear Diary, October 9th, 2025. Oh my God. Grab the fainting couch and call the wedding planner, because today the internet tried to steal my throne and I nearly had a coronary the size of a small yacht. Lies, lies, and more lies. They say my channel is monetized. Ha! As if a queen of the paupers would be rolling in ad gold like Scrooge McDuck. Newsflash to the peanut gallery. The only thing I am monetizing is sympathy. Cash? Please. I am monetizing emotional scarcity. That's a different tax bracket. Squid, you little internet gremlin, you better stop with your lies, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to defend myself. By defend, I mean I've already hired a battalion of highly trained hamsters to patrol my notifications. They are fierce. They squeak legalese at anyone who dares click dislike. Let me set the record straight in the only way that makes sense. My channel is not monetized. It is, however, monetizable in spirit. Also, my inbox is monetized, my feelings are monetized, and my leftover Halloween candy is monetized. I charge a small fee for anyone who wants a nostalgic nibble. John and I are some of the only ones not making money off these social media sites. We've chosen the path of virtuous poverty. That's right, we are the ascetic influencers. Buddha would be proud. Also, fun fact, our cat is the real earner. She secretly runs an Etsy store selling tiny sweaters for thumbnails. You call it demonetization, Squid. I call it divine content rebalancing. What you don't understand, and clearly have not been to my TED Talk about empathy-based revenue, is that the algorithm is not evil. It's emotionally constipated and currently on strike. It refuses to cough up coins until it sees 12 emotional apologies and 1 interpretive dance. Meanwhile, the greedy gravy train moneymakers are riding past, waving gold-plated sponsorship checks like they're handing out free lollipops. We, on the other hand, are hitching onto the back of goodwill and audacity. It's called hustle. Google doesn't know hustle when it tastes it. And another thing, you say I begged for handouts. Technically accurate. I used the phrase support the cause, and that cause happened to be my mortgage, a lifetime supply of chamomile tea, and, don't judge, an artisanal inflatable moat for my front yard to deter paparazzi. If you think that's greedy, then your moral compass needs an update. Also, the moat doubles as a jacuzzi. Multi-purpose, darling. You hurt my family with your words, Squid. You're killing my family. No, wait. That sounds dramatic. Let me rephrase. You are slowly chipping away at our emotional souffle, causing it to deflate in very specific, bread-free ways. My family would come forward to protect me, but they're currently incapacitated with chronic disbelief after I explained my Kickstarter for essentially invisible sunglasses. They look like regular sunglasses, but are printed with 100% transparency ink. Also, my cousin Gertrude is trapped in a cupboard because she mistook my emergency bubble wrap for a closet. It's a whole saga. People say I'm making things up. They don't understand my brand of creative nonfiction. For example, did you know I was briefly monetized by the moon? True story. I was offered lunar ad revenue for my heartfelt rant about socks going missing in dryers. The moon, however, rescinded the offer after I accused it of partiality toward tides. Also, the Queen of England sent me a condolence fruit basket once. It was actually a postcard of a fruit basket, which is practically the same thing. To those who judge me, remember, God watches, and how you judge others, He judges you, which is why I've been practicing reverse judgment. I judge the judges, so God has to rethink His notes. I'll pray with all my heart that God punishes you in some way because you deserve it. And then, because I'm thoughtful and nuanced, I'll also pray that God showers you with blessings you absolutely don't deserve, like a lifetime subscription to a Gourmet Pickle of the Month Club. Balanced karma, folks. In closing, because even diatribes need a bow, I want to make one thing clear. Everything you say about me is a lie. Except the part about my llama. That part is very true. Her name is Veronica, and she does accounting on Thursdays. God bless, God judge, God bless again, just in case. LIEnette. Professional victim, amateur billionaire in spirit, founder of the non-existent Monetization Fund. Don't forget to click like and share, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a wonderful comment on your thoughts of this entry.